Hello and welcome. Today I'm going to do a review and comparison of 3 ruled notebooks from the Uberworks notebook company. And the 3 models I'm going to do are the Tehnik model, the Prototypes model, and the Wordsmith model. And the reason I've flipped these notebooks over is to show you that all 3 of the model names, along with the name of the company Uberworks, are embossed on the backs of all of these 3 models of notebooks. This is a deep embossment on these 2 versions, the Tehnik and the Wordsmith, and a lighter embossing but filled in with silver ink on the Prototypes model. These 3 notebooks are actually very similar, so let me give you all of the similarities first, and then I'll go over the minor differences. The Tehnik notebook was $12.99 on Amazon, American Amazon. The Prototypes notebook I purchased for $15.95 on Amazon, and the Wordsmith notebook I purchased for $14.99, again on the American Amazon. All of these notebooks are approximately 143 millimeters by 214 millimeters. There is a minor difference in the profile of the 3 notebooks just because of the various materials of their covers. But as you can see, they are just about identical in size when you look at the various ways of looking at them. Okay. They are just a little bit off of true A5. This is a true A5 sheet of paper, which is 148 millimeters by 210 millimeters. So as you can see, it is a little bit shorter than the Uberworks notebook, but it's also a little bit wider than the Uberworks notebook. So if you want true A5, which is actually hard to find, you either have to get a spiral notebook. This is a pink and black notebook, or you have to get closer to, Leuchtturm is actually closer to a true A5. The paper inside all of these 3 notebooks is the same. I am reviewing the ruled notebooks because those are the only types of notebooks that I use. These 3 notebooks use 80 GSM Fedrigoni Premium Italian fountain pen optimized paper. It is a soft cream beige and it has pale gray lines. I do really like this paper. It's very smooth to the touch. I think it's a nice, pretty color. It's very easy on the eyes. It's not really an ivory. It is just a shade more intense than that. So I think cream beige is an excellent description of this paper. It does feel very good. I don't use fountain pen, so I can't tell you if it's fountain pen optimized, but it is very nice paper. Each sheet in the ruled notebooks has 29 lines per page, not counting the very top line that you would use as a heading, but each of the lines that you could actually use for writing. There's 29 on each page, and that's true for all 3 of these notebooks. All of these notebooks have 96 sheets, which is 192 pages, and all of them have 8 perforated sheets at the very back. So if you want to, you can tear them out, leave notes for people, or share information or whatever you would do with the tearaway sheets. They each have 1 ribbon bookmarker, not 2, and it is a decent length. It's not too short. It's a good length for a ribbon bookmarker so that you don't lose it. All 3 of them have elastic closures on these 3 models. Uberworks has about 10 different models of notebooks. Some of them don't have elastic bands. They all have different looks, whichever one might be more suitable to you in your personal situation, but these are the 3 that I wanted to try. I prefer ruled notebooks, and I like notebooks that right now I'm in a phase of liking notebooks that have elastic band closures. So these are the ones that I wanted to try. All of the notebooks come with a back pocket, and that back pocket includes 2 stickers so that you can archive the notebooks if you want. The stickers have a vaguely outlined top and side box, and then they have some dot boxes so that a dot grid so that you can create whatever types of labels that you want on them. One thing they all do have in common is this back pocket, in my opinion, is a bit flimsy. It is a cardstock, but it's not a heavy cardstock. It's not as heavy as the pockets that you would find in some other notebooks like Moleskine or Rhodia or Leuchtturm. So all 3 of my notebooks came shrink wrapped. You may have seen previous reviews from this company of their notebooks where they were in boxes and very nicely wrapped. Mine was not that way. All 3 of them came with this band around the spine and the cover that explains the features of the notebook, that the paper is a responsible source, that they have 80 GSM paper, fountain pen approved, no feathering, fast dry, beige color is easy on the eyes, it's acid-free paper, high-strength elastic, stickers inside, folder pocket, the perforated sheets, the sheet index page, more on that in a minute, and that they are thread-bound with a lay-flat design, which is true. I haven't really broken in any of these books yet, but they do have decent binding, and they do lay flat. So let's get into the inside of this. All of these books come with a very nice letter thanking the customer for purchasing the product, which is nice, especially since Uberworks is still relatively new. So it's good that they're taking this time to introduce themselves to their customers, a little bit of history and how to use the stickers and how to use the sheet ID page as well are included on that enclosure. And all 3 of my notebooks came with a card that is good for a discount off of the next order. It's a 20% discount on this card. Now, on the inside of the book, of all 3 books, is the owner data page with the company name and website on the bottom of the page. And then when you flip over the inside of the page, again, you have information about the features of your notebook and the company website. I think this kind of detracts from the overall quality of the notebook. It's nice information to have, seems a bit unnecessary to me. On the other hand, the first page of the notebook is just a cover sheet to protect your actual notebook, so it is kind of useless. You can draw on it, cover it with quotes or pictures or whatever you like. Here's the first page of the actual writing part of the notebook. I like that there are no headings on the page. You can put whatever you want up there, whether it's a title, the date, or anything else. These pages are not pre-numbered. However, they do have this index box at the bottom of the page. The index box is only on the right-facing pages. It is not on the left-facing pages. And this index box refers you to the index that is in the back of the book. And it is done in box style, not in column style. And as you can see, there is one sheet with these boxes on the front and the back. So that's your index if you choose to use their method of indexing the contents of your notebook. I personally would not. I would create a table of contents page in the front and do it that way because it's just easier for me to look at the front of the book. And if I come into the book for something specific, I want all that information at the front. Also, I like to put the boring, mundane things at the front of my book to kind of hide the contents of my book. Doesn't really, I mean, if anybody's going to steal my book, they're going to look all the way through it anyway. But it makes me feel better. So that is what all of these books have in common. Size, the elastic strap, all of that types of information, the thank you letter and the discount card, the label stickers, the elastic closure, all of that is what they have in common. This is the Tehnik model, Tehnik. This is closest to a Moleskine or a Leuchtturm type of notebook in the style, the feel, the weight of it. The material of the cover, it's that paperboard cover with a little bit of a textured cover overlay on it. It's got a decent feel to it. This is the gray one. There are a total of 11 colors available on the Amazon website, and I believe on their company website as well. It's a decent notebook. This is the ruled notebook with only 29 lines per page, which means I can't use it as my planner or bullet journal because I need 31 lines for each day, one for each day of the month. But other than that, this is a really nice notebook. And they also have blank notebooks and dot grid notebooks. So if you are looking for a notebook to try that is a slightly more reasonable price, again, this was $12.99, I strongly recommend giving the Tehnik by Uberworks a try because it's a decent notebook and might be very good for your personal needs and available in a variety of colors for whatever look you're trying to achieve. The next model is the Wordsmith model, which is very similar to the Tehnik and the prototypes. The minor differences being, first, here's the elastic band. It is wider, and in this model, it's a little bit tighter than the other two. And I suspect that is because the profile of the cover material is a little bit different. So as this book expands, as you write into it, you're going to need a stronger elastic to hold it. The other feature that this has that the other ones don't have is a pen loop. It's a bit tight as well, but I suspect that, again, like everything else, it will expand and stretch over time as you need it. This is just a basic Papermate stick pen because that's what I use, ballpoint pens, and that fits in there fairly comfortably. If you're using a fountain pen, it will probably need a little bit of encouragement the first couple of times until it stretches out to fit your pen a little bit. On the inside, again, everything is the same. The thank you letter, the discount card, the paper is the same as the previous one. The rear pocket and the stickers, again, a little bit flimsy, it's the same. And this one is coordinating, so it's a pink notebook with a gray elastic and a gray ribbon to coordinate with that. It's a very nice notebook. This cover is a little bit squishy. I don't know what other word to use for it. It's soft, it's a little bit thicker than the other one. It's kind of like a Rhodia-Rama and a Rhodia, but not quite as rubbery and smushy as the Rhodia notebooks, but it's a really nice notebook. I do like this one. It will probably show marks on it if something rubs up against it or scratches it. I would cover this with plastic, but I cover all of my notebooks with plastic, so that's just me. But it's a really nice notebook. I do like this one. It's pretty. It would make a good gift if you know somebody who likes notebooks, likes a particular style of notebook, likes a particular color. There are 7 colors of this one available. I would consider that. Again, this was $14.99 for me, and sometimes it's on sale for $1 less, just whatever happens when you go to Amazon on any given day. It's a nice notebook. This is the Prototypes notebook. It's the first one I purchased, and it's my least favorite of the 3. It is nice looking, which is why I bought it. It's black. It has a contrast ribbon. It's available in 5 different color schemes. This one I got was gray. The contrast goes to the pages. The borders of the pages have that color as well. Really nice looking. And it goes to the interior of the notebook as well. This notebook has a gray interior on the facing pages, but once you get into the notebook, it goes back to the regular cream color scheme. And the back of the notebook is also gray inside. The back of the index is gray. The front of the index is gray. So it's got gray facing pages in the front and rear, gray interior, gray trim, gray elastic band, but the ribbon is black. So that's why I purchased this book, because it's got a great look to it. The difference with this book, though, is the cover, which is pressboard, and it's not covered in any other type of material like other notebooks are. So it's just pressboard, and to me, it feels like it wouldn't last to the type of beating that I would put it to. Even if this was covered in plastic, I still feel like it would take a bit of a beating. And if it's not covered, it's definitely going to show marks, like if it scratches up against your keys in your book bag or your handbag or wherever else. So I don't know, for $15.95, not my favorite. I prefer the other two notebooks. So overall, I would say that all of these notebooks from this company are worth your consideration. I think you should go to the website and take a look at all the different models that they offer, the different looks that they have for a casual environment or a professional environment, whether you need a pen loop or not, whether you want an elastic strap or not, whether you want ruled or blank or a dot grid. The prices are reasonable. The customer service is good. They keep in touch with you if you have any questions. I did exchange a few emails with them. So, short story, yes. Uberworks notebooks are worth a look depending on your own personal needs. The paper is good. I haven't done a pen demonstration on these because I don't know if I'm going to keep them or use them as gifts yet. And I only use ballpoint pens anyway. But it does feel nice. It looks nice. It's smooth and it's a decent weight. So I would strongly recommend giving these notebooks a look. And thank you. Sorry this video ran a little bit longer than I hoped it would. Thank you for staying. See you next time.